Hello, this is Chris Moberg, and I'm coming to you with another quantum training video. The topic of this video is how to trim your run data to get rid of anomalies that are either at the beginning or end of the pull. You often get these anomalies, or torque spikes, it's the most common type, with automatic transmissions when engaging the roll. It can happen at the very beginning or when you lift at the end. And a torque spike is visually unappealing, but even more problematic is if the spike represents a higher value than the actual readings in the pull. The auto-scaling logic within quantum will misscale the graph because it considers the extent of the spike, and so you get a graph that is not pleasing because it doesn't fill the frame of the graph. So it's important to get rid of those spikes. What's shown on this sample graph that I'm going to use for illustration is a downward tail that's caused when you don't stop the run before you lift. So I was a couple hundred RPM late stopping this one, and you're in the car, you got logging going, and you're running the dyno as well. So there's a limit to how well you can coordinate all the actions, and so this is kind of typical. So all is not lost here, and what I want to show here is the trimming happens over in the run data bar, and we have to make sure we have the run that we have visually shown in the graph in the run data. So now we have run 4 in each place. I want to trim something at the end, so I'm going to go to the end by scrolling, and I can see looks like it was really trying to stop at 6,000. I click on 6,000. Notice that having done that, I get these markers on the graph showing me the highlighted sample in the run data. This is a nice visual confirmation that this is where you're going to make your edit or trim. And so if I right click, I can trim after. Notice I have an option to trim before, which you would use at the beginning of the run. But we're at the end, so I'm going to trim after. Voila, that offending downward tail is gone. Now, let me illustrate that having deleted it or trimmed it, I can untrim it and bring it back. The point here is that trimming is a visual trimming. It is not a pruning of the underlying data where it's lost forever. So you can always untrim it to bring back the full data set. And with that, this concludes today's instruction.